Through These Doors is sponsored by Shields.
Out here, it's pretty common for a dog to hear the words, "Here, hunt him up," or "fetch." But maybe what we really ought to be saying is thank you.
Did he bite?
No. He's a nice little guy.
I'm not old.
Yeah, this is Jaden. He's a little over a year old. Again, when I first got him, there was a lot of my roommates were saying they were gonna move out, but there was only one instance where he got out, but he was pretty close by.
I don't know if I can do this without swearing.
Come here, buddy.
Dude, he's looking at me. Okay. Where do I get out?
Put your arms out.
Oh! I don't like it. Get him off, get him off, get him off, get him off, get him off.
It was back to NCHC action as the Fighting Hawks ventured into Minnesota to take on the Bulldogs from Duluth. A good start wasn't enough for North Dakota, falling on Friday 5-0 to Minnesota Duluth.
That's not our culture, and hockey is an emotional game. There's highs, there's lows, but you can't ride that too much. You gotta stay even, level-headed, and I think we just let it slip away a little bit, and just as a whole got too hot-headed and focused on one thing or another.
It's a 5-0 Minnesota Duluth victory over North Dakota in Game 1 of this NCHC series. Saturday got off to a much better start, with the Hawks coming out hot, scoring 2 in the first period before the Bulldogs could get on the board.
Flop down at the Duluth line where it's picked up by North Dakota's Kawaguchi, cutting right to the net. He scores! I thought he hit the crossbar, but went under it. And it's a 1-0 North Dakota lead as Kawaguchi gets his third goal of the season.
I think our guys, it was gut check time with our guys. I know in the second period got away last night. We found a way to play a 60-minute game with a little bit of adversity thrown in there tonight. Gotta mention the guys that came in tonight. Josh Rieger did a heck of a job. Adam Shield did a great job. A couple guys that were dinged up, I'm not going to say who they are, but guys played through a little bit of pain tonight to preserve the win here, and it says a lot about character.
Adam Shield stopped 28 shots on goal to close out the game, leading North Dakota to a 2-1 victory.
Two seconds remaining. Perunovic golfed at it, and North Dakota, do you believe it, came back and wins tonight after getting it handed to them last night 5-0. This team battles in this one tonight and win it by a score of 2-1, an improbable victory here tonight.
Deciding where to live and deciding who to live with each year was a fun time for this year's group.
Us three were roommates in the dorms, and then we got a transfer coming in, and it was Jonesy, and he just kind of got thrown with us when Josty got moved, or when Josty signed, so he was just kind of a random at first, so it was kind of funny.
That's why he's got the worst room in the house.
Yeah,
What do you throw
The best room in the house.
I'd kind of say we've almost been roommates for like 4 years. Freshman year, guards lived right across the hall, so he spent most of his time in my room too. And when Brock went and played World Juniors, we had like a month of sleepovers. But then we moved into the bin, and then lost a couple roommates last year, and came across this place, and this is our little pad, the compound.
How we became a thing. I lived with Colton's older brother Tucker, who played here. Through that, I kind of became friends with like Colton and the rest of his class, and it was actually nice being friends with people that were my age. So we kind of all like became buddy. Well, they were obviously all played together. I became friends with them, and me and Bob lived together last year. We all wanted to live in one big old mansion that could basically hold all of us, and we found this place.
Although they live off campus and in different apartments and houses across town, they're located close enough together for the team to hang out and bond regularly.
I love it.
We love it. Yeah. It's hilarious.
I think the best part so far about this house was in the summer, being able to like walk everywhere, like not have to worry about getting rides, or like everyone was within 2 minutes of each other. It didn't matter where we wanted to hang out, the whole group would be together. I think so far. And then the Electric Avenue just kind of happened.
Yeah.
The name kind of just came about, I guess.
Well, I'd say for me, like when I first moved here, I had no connections. Like Nick knew guys from Ticton, but being out from Eastern Canada, I had no ties to North Dakota or Grand Forks, and getting to know these guys, I've kind of got a family away from home, and being able to be with people away from the rink is really important. It just helps you move along when things are going tough and celebrate when things are going well.
Each roommate in their respective house plays a unique role, but without each one, the house dynamic wouldn't be the same.
I would say Pooley.
No.
What? That's such a lie. Okay, I do the.
He talks to the landlord.
Yeah, he's a glue guy.
Keeps the communication up between the. But I don't keep it like clean.
As far as in the house, leaves a lot of glasses around, half full.
No, I don't.
Probably me. My room's usually a mess. I clean it like once every 2 months, but when it's clean, it's really clean. So he does a lot of the cleaning. I cleaned last night though.
Yeah, he surprised me when I was at night class. Yes. I think he had his first time really cleaning the whole place up. Took the trash out, so it was a nice surprise coming home.
I don't know. What do you? He kind of just lives here.
I mean, he's not one guy.
He doesn't have a certain thing.
I'm a good roommate, all right?
NCHC action continues this weekend with the team returning to the Ralph to take on the Denver Pioneers.
They're a fast team. I mean, obviously they lost a lot of big guys from their team the last couple of years, but I think they kind of reloaded and expect a fast, skilled, physical team.
I think it kind of just starts with this weekend. Obviously our coach talked about it. He said, this weekend kind of sets us up for a good second half. If we can play well this weekend, we have a little more confidence going into the second half, and I think confidence is huge, especially with our team being a little bit younger.
We got a lot of guys playing a lot of minutes, a lot of guys with some injuries, so rest, and then kind of just take a look back at the first half, see what worked for us, and take that and carry it into the second half.
We're doing a good job of managing with the players we got in our lineup, playing out of their roles and getting the job done to a certain degree here. So getting healthy and making sure that everybody's available to do their job.
stove
keep the
and
house
stuff.
neat.
Maybe last year.
Oh, get out of there.
Joel's kind of a low-key glue guy.